Hey guys, Adam Cochran here for TheTechTuto. Today we're going to be looking at installing a virtual machine. Virtual machines are basically a secondary operating system running inside a virtual computer on your physical machine. There are a number of reasons why you would want to install a virtual machine. Better security by being able to run untrusted programs in it. Better compatibility by being able to run older programs in it. And last but not least, the ability to run a different operating system, such as running Linux in a virtual machine or a Mac in a virtual machine on your typical Windows home PC. So I've went ahead and downloaded the VMware Player, which is the system that's going to allow us to install our personal edition of Windows XP. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with Personal Edition, it's basically a tool that was released by Microsoft that allows you, as a user, to take a backup image of your Windows machine and remove certain features. So we're going to launch our VMware Player, and we're going to click on Create a New Virtual Machine. And this will take us through the setup wizard to install the Personal Edition Windows XP ISO that we've created from my base operating system. I still have Skyrim in there, so we can't actually use that for a virtual machine. So we've got our Windows XP Professional ISO that we're going to be using. Now, these already have a Windows product key built into them because it came off of my last instance of Windows, so there's no need to put one in here now. So we're going to go ahead and name our virtual machine. This one can be the TechTuto virtual machine. And then we're going to set how much hard drive space we want for it. Now, virtual machines are usually a lot smaller than an actual machine, and while it may recommend 40 if you're using it as a primary system, I'm going to drop it down to 4. And it can be even smaller if you're running these in the background. It depends really what you want to put on your virtual machine. We're going to go to Customize Hardware here, and it'll allow us to customize what hardware that the virtual machine has access to. So I'm going to up our RAM a bit. Normally it suggests anywhere from 128 to 512 megs of RAM, but normally on my virtual machines I like to run quite a few programs in the background, and so we're going to bump it up to 1 gig. You can also access the number of processor cores that are available to the virtual machine. You can give it access to the CD drive, floppy if you have one, and under network you can choose to bridge the connection rather than use an NAT connection. Bridging it will allow it to seem like it's its own unique system on your internal IP system rather than solely piggybacking off the IP protocol of your current machine. So for those of you who don't understand what all that means, basically if you're looking for it to be a separate system, bridged is the way to go. So now, as we can see, we're going through the typical Windows setup here. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, that's okay, because the VMware Player has a really handy feature that if you're using a Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Mac OS X, or Ubuntu and SUSE Linux distributions, it'll automatically go through the installation process for you. It's familiar with these processes and the basic setup menus, and it'll only prompt you when it needs unique identification. With the case of the Windows XP one, especially because this is a micro personal edition, it'll actually go as far as creating your administrator account and logging you right in on the first go. So we can go ahead and actually walk away from this installation and come back to our completed version of our operating system. So rather than drag you guys through this boring install, what I'm going to do is just finish it up and cut this for you guys, and we'll see you in just a few moments. Alright, welcome back guys. As you can see, our installation is finished. It only took about another 5 minutes, but I figured I wouldn't just leave it there for you. So now that you have this virtual machine installed, you have a fully usable secondary system that cannot access your primary system unless you give it explicit permission. This can be handy for running through multiple proxies, running additional programs in the background. As I mentioned before, security. It's a alternative to using a sandbox. So you can install a program that you don't exactly trust but you do want to try here in your virtual machine and not worry about it damaging your computer. So I hope this has given you good grounds to install your own virtual machine. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments below. This has been Adam Cochran for TheTechTuto. Visit our new website at TheTechTuto.com. Thank you.